Today on The Educator, we're giving our point of view on the CDC limiting their guidelines of quarantine from 10 days to 5 days. You don't want to miss it. Plus, what the heck is going on with schools in Chicago? Officials cancel class for hundreds of thousands of public school students after a standoff between the mayor and the teachers union over whether in-person learning was safer or not. Then, do you want to permanently erase past traumatic memories? There's a study from scientists that want to purge traumatic memories from our brains. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Educator. Now, as you can see again, Coach D is not with us. He will be back soon. Later on, we will give you guys an update on how he's doing. So, we're recording this on Saturday, but you guys will see it on Wednesday, which means we're halfway through the week. So, Andrew, how are you feeling as of now, at the time of this recording? How are you feeling? What's going on? You feeling stressed? You're happy?
Anyway, like I said before, kind of frustrated.
Okay.
In case y'all have not watched the news, over the weekend we had some ice and we had some freezing rain over the weekend.
Yeah.
So dealt with that over the weekend. So I'm kind of frustrated. We had probably like 1 inch to 2 inches of snow. Had about 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain over the weekend. So, it was nice.
Okay. All right. And over here where I'm at, we're expecting some snow later on into the night. So, all right. So, let's just hop right into the show with you giving us our COVID-19 news. What is going on? What do we need to know from this week?
So there is no breaking news to report at this time, but I've decided to go with COVID-19 news. In case y'all have not heard about this over the weekend, that the CDC has changed the mask guidelines to protect from Omicron. So if you don't know what Omicron is another variant of COVID-19. So we had the Delta and the Omicron. And I think there's another one that is out in the other parts of the country called the Fluorotron. And the Flortra, sorry. The Flortra was the mix of flu and COVID. Yeah. Let's dive on in because we don't want to get Omicron and Flortra over here in the United States. So this was this was last week. So the CDC is considering updates its mask guidance because of the increase of its number of Omicron-related coronavirus cases. So the agency would likely advise people opt for the highly protected N95 or KN95 mask worn by healthcare personnel if they can do so consensually. So the CDC guidance is expected to say if people can tolerate wearing a KN95 or an N95 mask all day, you should. So I'm going to stop right there for just a second. And I'm going to ask my good old friend who is an educator himself, are you in for this KN95 or N95 mask?
To, to be honest, to be honest, at this point, I really don't care. I really don't care. As long as with me, it's a mask. That's all I'm worrying about. If we need to go out and if this particular type of mask that they are recommending that this will help us, with the spread of this disease, then by gosh, go ahead. But with me, I really don't care. As long as you're around me, have a mask on. Just have a mask on. I don't care what type it is. If it's, to be honest, I really don't care. I just really don't. So
Um,
I don't know if you wanted to hear that, but with me, I really don't care. I really don't.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm against those masks anyway. I'm sorry. I'm against it. I'd rather do the reusable cloth mask, because the N95 mask and the KN95 mask, they look hard to breathe. Let's put it that way. They're hard to breathe. So imagine, and I know I said this before, you know, I dealt with it, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, I think it will be harder for some people, harder to breathe. So by y'all just limiting those two masks is questionable, because they're not, to be honest, they're not in store. They're not in stores. I mean, do you see a KN95 in stores? No. I mean, you will see them at Lowe's or Home Depot, but you don't see them at Target or Walmart or what other supermarket place. You don't see those. I think there should be another option for the ones that are having difficult to breathe. What they need to do is create a breathable mask. That's what they need to do.
Okay.
So, I mean, imagine for the students, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Imagine for the students,
Yeah.
right?
Especially the little ones. Right.
Exactly. So that's my thing. Um, so this was last week, so it could be new information by the time this comes out. But the United States reported at least at 1.13 million new COVID-19 infections last week, which is the highest daily total of any country in the world, as the spread of the highly contagious Omicron variant shows no signs of slowing. Okay, of slowing. And this is why we keep on preaching to get vaccinated. Almost 2 weeks ago, just finally got my booster shot. Get vaccinated, people. Okay, get vaccinated. I understand there's people out there that are scared of needles. I understand that. I understand that. And I'm pretty sure some of them are really skeptical of getting the vaccine, which I can understand. I can understand. But in order to protect yourself from this COVID, because who knows when it's going to go away, to get vaccinated, to take tests. If you feel like that you've been exposed to COVID-19, get a COVID test. Could be at home COVID test or a drive-through testing site. Get tested. Wear your mask. Get that vaccine. Those are the 3 ways that you can protect yourself from this COVID season. And mind you, that flu season is coming up as well. Yeah. You know what I did? I not only got my booster shot, but I also got my flu shot as well. I just killed two birds with one stone. Might as well. Okay. And who knows what variants we have next? Who knows?
Right. Yeah. You guys, you saw I was quiet during that part. I have nothing. I have nothing. But get vaccinated, you guys. Go out and get vaccinated. Get your booster shot if you haven't already. Just you guys do your part to keep yourself and also others around you safe. So anything else, Andrew, for COVID-19 news for us today?
Today, not as today, but I will let you know in the next couple of days or weeks of what's going on. Because, I mean, here we are 3 years later, 2022. Yeah, 3 years later. Yeah, this COVID needs to get away, like, for real. Because, like, I need things to go what it what I need things to go what it was like 2018, 2019. Mine was like 2019. I need things to start back going normal. And there are schools that are thinking about going remote, which I'm going to talk about that in a later segment in the EDU chat. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave that frustrations to another segment.
All right. So thank you, Andrew, for our COVID-19 news. So we're going to take a break. You guys, we're going to do that, and then we'll come back to introduce our first topic of the show. So stay right there. You're watching The Educator. And welcome back to The Educators. So let's introduce our first topic, shall we? Andrew, take it away.
So for the past, this is also related to COVID-19 news, but this is going to be the major topic of the night right here. Um, so I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news for the past couple of weeks, but the CDC recommends if you've been exposed to COVID-19 that you need to be quarantined for 5 days. So it used to be 10. It used to be 10. But now you have to quarantine for 5 days. So you're like, Andrew, what are you talking about? So, So people with COVID-19 should isolate for 5 days. And if they are I don't know how to say this word right here, asymptomatic, got that correct, or the symptoms are resulting, so without a fever for 24 hours, followed by that by 5 days of wearing a mask when around others to minimize the risk of infecting people they encounter. So basically, if you have COVID, stay home for 5 days. Or if they are asymptomatic or their symptoms are resolving, so you can't have a fever for 24 hours, stay home for 5 days. Okay. Okay. Now, Damien, I want to hear your thoughts on that because I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 cents in on this one. I don't think 5 days is enough. I don't. Okay. I don't think 5 days is enough for the people that has been need to self quarantine for 5 days. I don't think that's enough. I think it should be a week, at least. I would say at least a week, because 5 days, anything can happen in 5 days. You can still have the symptoms in 5 days. Like, come on, like. Okay, it's like getting the flu, like cough, cough, I'm still sick, but you want me to return back to work in 5 days. That's not going to happen. Like, I could be coughing and sneezing. Like, no. Like, and you want me to return back to work for 5 days? I see, no. No, you want me to come back to work in 5 days? No, I will stay home. I will call out. Don't think I won't. Well, but see, no, listen, health is more important because all you're gonna do, like, health is more important. I'm sorry, Damon. Go ahead before I go off because, like, 5 days is not enough.
You was, yeah, and that's right. That is absolutely right. 5 days, you guys. 5 days. I know that we all trust, the CDC. We're supposed to be following them. I know that, it's constantly changing every day, and we should stay up to date as possible. I get that. But 5 days, 5 days is not enough. That is not enough. And I'm with Andrew, it should be at least a week. At least a week, because we don't know how long the system is going to last. We don't know that. We don't know that. If you for quarantine for 5 days and then bam, you go back to work after. No. And then if you're a teacher, what? Oh my, no. You're going to be exposing your students. Parents, if you have to drop off your students at school for in-person learning, I'm sorry, 5 days, that CDC, now, I was with them from the beginning, but right here is where they had really, like, 5 days, that's not enough. That's not enough. And then watch, we're all going to be talking about this, and then they're going to properly switch it up again. I don't like this. 5 days. Nope. Not work with me. I'm sorry. And I know people
So
are disagreeing with us. I know they are. Go ahead.
yeah, they would. They
Yeah,
would. But sorry to interrupt here. We got
you're
some breaking
fine.
news at this top of the hour. The Franklin County Sheriff's Department said a crash has left at least 10 people injured Saturday evening. So the time that we are recording this, by the time this episode will come out, we will have more information. The sheriff's office said the crash happened around 7:18 Saturday in Franklin County. No fatalities has reported at this time, though the sheriff's office can confirm at least 10 people have been injured. It is not known at this time how many vehicles were involved or what led to the incident. So I will let you know further information about this crash in Franklin County in the next couple of days. So we got some breaking news at the top of the hour. But like Damian said, we can both agree that for at least a week will be suitable for the people that's been exposed to COVID-19. I mean, yeah.
That just we want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. What do you think of this? Um, Limiting from 10 days to 5 days. We want to hear your guys' thoughts. And please let us know. We are open to hearing you guys' point of view of this. So we will share the post onto our page today, so to where you guys can comment. So we're going to take another break, you guys, and then we're going to come back with Andrew fretting about politics. So stay right there. You're watching The Educator.
All right, welcome back to the Educators. This next topic is fretting about politics. So this brand new segment, where 8 countries changing blood donation laws for gay and bi men. So let's just hop on in on this one, guys. Let's just hop on in. So first and foremost, Greece has lifted a decades-old ban on gay and bisexual men giving blood, while France, on the other hand, has announced it will scrap rules requiring a year of abstinence from gay sex to donate. It was announced just last week, are the latest of ways of countries lifting blood notations restrictions on gay and bi men that were often first put in place during the early years of the HIV and AIDS epidemic in the 1980s. So the big question that everybody's mind is why are gay blood donations are being removed? Like why? Well, a usual health minister who is also gay lifted all restrictions on blood donations for gays and bi men in October of last year. And then he posted a photo of himself shortly afterwards, writing, "Our blood is equal." Other countries which have lifted bans on arrest restrictions in early years, including Hungary, Denmark, Brazil, and us, the United States. So I want to hear from Damien here. What do you think of this of this story right here, or this topic right here?
I'm so sorry, Andrew. I was listening for a little bit, but repeat that again.
So the topic is, so there are 8 countries, including us, changing blood donation laws for gay and bi men. So before, gay and bi men couldn't donate blood. They couldn't at all until now. They can. And actually, an Israel health minister who was also gay lifted all restrictions for blood donations for gay and bi men in October of last year. Then he posted a photo of himself shortly afterwards saying, "Our blood is equal." And my question to you is, why did they think they would lift the ban now instead of back then?
Yeah, that is a good question. That really is a good question. I don't, to be honest, stories like these with the LGBTQ plus community, I don't know why it's just like now taking all of us to realize that they are one of us. They are humans. They matter.
Mm-hmm.
And I, I don't know why it had took for us this long, to really accept them for who they are. That's just
Right.
for me. Like, why now in 20,
Mm-hmm.
it's 2022 now? Why? We could have been doing this ages ago, ages ago. So,
Right. And I think same thing to you is same thing. I think, like, why now? You had all these years to lift the ban, and now all of a sudden you want to lift the ban. I mean, of course, everybody's blood is. I mean, it's still red. Yes, yes, it's red. Yes, of course. But you have different blood types, like AB, um, what was it? AB plus, O.
yeah, I know.
I forgot all the blood types, but everybody has different blood types. So for you to, hey, you can't donate blood because you're gay, or hey, you can't donate blood because you're bi. Why? That's my question. Why? Because they're human. They're the same person. They can't express themselves. Their blood the same. You think you think because they gay or because they're bi, because it changed the DNA, that changed the blood? Like, I'm quite confused. Please tell me.
I don't understand. I don't.
They're the same person. It's the same blood. If you was born with AB positive, you're still gonna donate AB positive. Like, what? You think blood's gonna come out rainbows? No. AGB? No. Red is red.
Hmm.
Okay. Like, anyways. I
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Yeah. Nothing else. Because I'm quite confused and kind of frustrated, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But now they want to lift bans now. So the question is, why are such bans being lifted? Of course, many countries introduced blood donation controls during the HIV and AIDS epidemic in the 1980s. When effective blood, much of which was donated by the drug users and prisoners, contaminated supplies and put recipients at risk of infection. However, since the technology to check blood for potential issues have improved and donations are systematically screened for viruses such as HIV, hepatitis B, and C. Some countries have dropped bars on gay and bi men giving blood entirely, with such as Italy moving to individual risk-based assessments that treat gay and heterosexual people equally. Let me read that last part for the people in the back real quick, because I don't think they understand. States such as Italy moving to individual risk-based assessments that treat gay and heterosexual people equally. Anyways, in April of 2020, so April of 2 years ago, the United States, yes, us, cut a 12-month waiting period for gay and bi men giving blood to 3 months, having reported a dramatic slump in donations. I wonder why.
Did you say 12-month waiting period?
Yeah, 12-month waiting period. To give him blood. Yeah. 12 months. So they're going to have to wait a whole year. Yeah, a whole year. Twelve. Imagine you have to wait 12 months to donate blood. Imagine you got to wait a whole. Sorry, y'all. I'm about to cuss. I'm about to cuss so bad right now. Listen, you have to wait a whole motherfucking year. A whole year. Just to give blood, just to give back to your community, you have to wait a whole year. But now, April of 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, they cut it down to 3 months. Y'all should have did that like in like the 2000s. How you gonna wait until 2020 to cut it down to 3 months?
I just don't understand. I don't understand.
How
in the world you're I can't get that thought in my head. 12 months. 12 months. A year. What else, Andrew?
I'm gonna just leave it at that because I'm so frustrated right now. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Okay, we're just gonna go to break because a whole year, and now you want to cut down to 3 months. Cut us the break.
All right, you guys. On that note, we're gonna have to take a break, you guys, okay? And we're gonna come back stronger than ever, right? So stay right there. You're watching The Educator. And welcome back to The Educator, you guys. So let's hop right back into some more topics, shall we? So I recently read an article, you guys, that stated, get this, scientists, they have been researching methods with the hopes of someday, one day, purging traumatic memories, you guys, from our brains. Now, while many they are excited about this new advancement in technology, some are a little skeptical about it. So, Andrew, I want to know this. What are your thoughts on this? Of scientists, they want to take away traumatic memories from our lives. Are you on board with this? What's your thoughts? Yeah, yeah. And you're muted.
And I'm muted. They want to do what?
Yeah, you heard me. They want to remove traumatic memories from our brains to forget all the bad things that happen.
Why?
They are saying that, this will help us, have a great life, I guess, or
with what?
Make us more happy, or I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
But how we can, but
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But how can we?
Yep. At first.
What is this, a frustrating episode? Because like all these topics is getting me frustrated. What is this, a frustrating episode? So how can we learn? I mean, yeah, it's great to remove traumatic memories for our brains, but how can we learn from it?
Exactly.
How can we face our fears with it? So by saying poof, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's not even there anymore. So how are we supposed to learn from it?
Now, for some people who, probably growing up, during their childhood, who probably has seen, let's say, an example, a tragedy of someone's death from their lives. I could say, yes, you could remove that from their lives if it's, because they can't get that out of their head. They keep on seeing it constantly of that tragic person getting killed or whatever. So I would say for that reason, but anything else, why erase it?
Right.
We need to learn from our mistakes. Just saying. So yeah, this entire show of topics that we have, I don't understand. I don't understand. I can't wait to see what else they're gonna come up with. Anything else you'd like to add?
Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
All right, you guys. Well, we're going to take another break and we're going to come back with another heated topic. So stay
Oh,
right.
right before we go to break, I have some entertainment news I have for y'all, just in case y'all didn't know. Just last week, the comedian Tiffany Haddish, yeah, she was arrested Friday. Mm, yes, and charged with DUI. Authorities said the actor and comedian was detained after Tree City Police got a call around 2:30 a.m. regarding a driver asleep at the wheel on a highway. Assistant Police Chief Matt Myers says in a news release. An officer said the vehicle matches the caller's description, stopped Haddish as she pulled into the yard of a residence. Haddish later posted a $1,666 bond and was released from the Fayette County Jail. He did not release every information about a possible court date. So, in case y'all don't know where Peachtree City is, it is about 40 miles south of Atlanta. Okay, so like I said, before we had a break, let's talk about Tiffany Haddish. Okay, actor, comedian, everybody loves her, right? So, I think for the past couple days has been really hard on her. In case y'all did not know, that comedian and actor, you may know him from Full House.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Saget has passed away, and her and Bob were, I guess, were friends, so that really took a toll on her, as well as I think she lost her like grandmother or something like that. I don't remember. Um, so things are really going downhill for Tiffany Haddish. We're hoping here at the educators, we're hoping that she gets the strength that she needs, get the help that she needs, and hopefully we will see the bright and energetic Tiffany Haddish in the near future.
Yeah. 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 And like you said, yeah, to be honest, for the past couple of days, it has been, you know, losing lots of people, like you said, um, Bob, and then also Betty White, and it's just been hard. It's just been hard. So we hope that we can see that happy, bright Tiffany Haddish that we all love and dear so much. So we're gonna take a break, you guys, and we're gonna be right back with more of the educators. So stay right there. And welcome back to the educators. Now, let's hop right back into some more topics. So, the Omicron surge has schools across America struggling with whether kids should be inside the classroom or if remote learning is safer for our students. So, during the first week of January, students in Chicago have had neither, you guys, of in-person learning or virtual for the past couple of weeks because of a standoff between their teacher union and the Laura, Mayor Lori Lightfoot. She said at a press conference that I will not allow them to take our children hostage. I won't allow them to compromise the future of future generations of CPS students. We want our students and our teachers and our staff back on Friday. And anybody who does that will be paid. But does who but for those who do not, they will not be paid. We will not pay you. We will not pay for an unlawful, unliteral strike. So Andrew, the question is, do teachers have the right to stay home for their own safety? What do you think? What's your take? This has been the biggest news, the biggest topic during the first week of January.
I'm sorry. What happened? I'm sorry. Texting people. I'm texting the people right now because I'm worried of a breaking news that I just told y'all. So what happened?
Okay, so during the first week of January, students in Chicago, they have had neither of in-person learning or remote learning because of, the big Omicron surge in Chicago and with COVID. And the mayor, she said at a press conference that she will not allow this to happen. She will not allow this to take over with doing school. She will not allow students and teachers and her staff to take their children hostage of doing what's best for that district. And she goes on to say that anybody that refused of having our students back inside the classroom or remote learning will not be paid. So I want to ask you this, do teachers, do they have the right to stay home for their own safety?
If it's an option, if it's a what's the word I'm looking for? If it's a choice, if it's optional, if it's optional, because I know some teachers are doing virtual academy. So if it's optional, but I'm quite confused. But who does not? We will not pay. I'm quite confused by that. But what do you mean by that? Like, are you saying that teachers that don't do in-person learning don't get paid?
Yeah.
Why? That's stupid. That's really stupid. Because what? Hey, since you don't want to do in-person learning, since you don't want to teach students at your school in person, we're just not going to pay you.
What about the safety of our teachers and our students? I mean,
but there's a whole periodic table going on.
This just made.
And there's a whole variant going on. The Omicron variant going on. This is a good one. How am I supposed to pay my bills? How am I supposed to pay my bills? I got car insurance to be paid for. I got a car payment to pay for. I got to get groceries for my kids. I got to pay house mortgage. How am I supposed to pay my bills? And my bills being paid. By you saying that since I don't want to do in-person learning, then then you're not, so you don't care about other people's safety. That's what it seems like to me. But when I asked you for some help, you could be like, well, you should have did in-person learning. What? What? I'm sorry. You say what? You should do in-person learning. Well, you know what? No, because I'll take my opportunities somewhere else. Because I have bills to pay. I need to keep food on my table, or else I'm gonna be homeless. How am I supposed to support my kids? How? Next you know, I don't have a car to go to work. Next you know, I'm going to lose my house. How? Answer that question. Since you don't want to pay people that doesn't want to do in-person learning, how else am I going to pay my bills? How else? Tell me. Because if I don't, I'm not going to have a car. I'm not going to have food. I don't have a place to live in. Don't have support for my kids. And next you know, the students that's at school gonna be like, where my teacher go?
But wait, Andrew, there's more to the story. There's more.
Oh,
Yeah, because as of Friday, January 14th, students walk out over COVID-19 in-person learning conditions in schools. Walkouts are happening in Chicago, Boston, New York City, and more. Public school students in Boston left their classroom at 10:30 a.m. on Friday to demand that local leaders take more initiative in reducing the spread of COVID-19 in schools and implement a 2-week period for remote learning. We will then stand there for exactly 10 minutes, 1 minute for every 100,000 new COVID cases found on the 2nd of January, according to a post from a student. Following the walkout, students held a webinar to discuss their fears about the handling of the pandemic in schools. And students at the virtual event recounted their urge to take action and keep their fellow students, teachers, and staff safe. So, and then a statement to ABC News, Boston Public Schools says that it believes deeply in students advocating for what they believe in.
as they should.
Yeah.
As they should. As
Yeah.
as they should.
Yeah.
So props to them.
Yeah.
But I'm out at Chicago right now. I'm out of Chicago.
So now walkouts are happening all over the world now.
I wouldn't say that not necessarily over the world, but I will
Well,
tell
as
you
of now,
this.
the
Well,
time
as
is,
of now,
yeah, the time is
but I tell you this.
I'm glad I'm not
How
a
about
teacher
this?
now.
How about we do this? We do 1 full week of in-person learning. Actually, scratch that. Let's do 2 weeks of in-person learning, right? So let's do that. Then let's do another 2 weeks because there's 4 weeks in a month, right? Yeah, there's 4 weeks in a month. So let's do this. Let's do 2 weeks of in-person learning and then the last 2 weeks of remote learning. Boom, done. Problem solved. Okay. So that way, not only, I think that's a great idea. 2 weeks of in-person learning and then 2 weeks of remote learning. That should be a good idea. That's a great idea. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be a great idea there.
And yes, teachers are going to get paid. Yes, not like Chicago. If you want to do in-person learning, you're going to get paid. If you want to do online learning, you're still going to get paid. Unlike Chicago over here. Unlike Chicago. Yeah. That really took me.
I'm glad.
You know what? I'm not
not a
going to say
teacher now.
feet.
I
That
am
really pissed me
glad.
off. That really pissed me off. If you don't want to do in-person learning, you're not going to get paid.
Yeah, the mayor in Chicago. Yeah. Her words.
That really pissed me off. Really. That really did.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, you guys. And we will come back to wrap up our show for today. So stay right there. You're watching The Educators. And welcome back to the show. So, this has been an interesting show today. An interesting show. And you're muted.
Oh. So what? I'm sorry.
This has been an interesting show today, hasn't it?
This is one of the shows where I don't think we ever had a frustrating show where all the topics are really well, except that COVID one. But where all the topics are really a head scratcher and asking a whole lot of questions. But this is a frustrating episode.
Yeah. Alrighty. All right. Andrew, why don't you give, or what did we learn? Try to sum up everything for us if you can.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? I'm so mad. I'm so frustrated. In case y'all don't know me, this is my sarcastic voice. To wrap, I think this is the what do we learn segment.
Let's start with the CDC updates. Let's start with that.
The CDC update. Okay. First and foremost, I believe that those of you that have been quarantined, actually, scratch that. Those of you that have been exposed to COVID-19 and have not been fully vaccinated should be at home for at least 14 days. But however, if you are exposed to COVID-19 and you are fully vaccinated, I would isolate or stay quarantined for at least 10 days. Okay. That is the maximum, at least 10 days. Because anything can happen within the next 5 days, right? Anything can happen. Moving on to what else we talked about? I'll tell you, this is a frustrating episode. Got me all. Oh, traumatic memories. How else are we supposed to learn from our past? But you just magically disappear, removing the traumatic memories from our brains. It's not going to solve anything. How can we learn from that? It's not going to solve anything. We're supposed to be, hey, happy. No. And forget it, really, and forget for our past. How else are we supposed to learn? And last but not least, my most frustrating topic of the night, of the day, of this episode, Chicago schools. Like I said before, during the break, how else am I supposed to pay my bills? How else, if I want to do the virtual academy, if I want to do virtual instruction, how else am I going to get paid? Because I have bills that are due. I have my car payment, car insurance. I have to, if I have kids, how else am I supposed to get groceries for the kids? How else am I supposed to pay my mortgage or rent? That's like half my paycheck. So, Chicago Mayor, here's my question to you. What are the alternative plans for the teachers that are willing to do virtual instruction? That's my question to you, Mayor. And please let me know. Because there are some teachers out there right now in your city are asking the same question that I'm asking you. That's that's the What Do We Learn segment.
Thank you, Andrew, for that. So if Coach was here, you guys, he will, have some motivational things for us. So I have this for him, which is I don't compare myself to others. The only person I compare myself to is the person I was yesterday. And as long as the person I am today is even the tiniest bit better than the person I was yesterday, I'm meeting my own definition of success. So take that through your rest of your week, through the rest of your week, you guys. So, like we said, what an interesting show this was today. What an interesting show, and hopefully we do not have another this again. No, this is the first and the last. Okay. So
Let's hope not, because I'm already frustrated. Oh my goodness, I'm already frustrated. Y'all, for the next episode, we're gonna have a good, happy episode because
yeah, all right. So we thank all of you guys for watching and have a great week. And we will see you guys next time right here on The Educators. See you guys later.
see y'all next week.